U.S. government is now drawing the clearest link yet between the deadly attack on the American consulate in Libya and al-Qaeda. We're talking about, of course, the machine gun and rocket assault that happened on September 11th in Benghazi. 4 Americans killed, including the U.S. ambassador in Libya, Chris Stevens. Well, who knew what, when? Just a part of this criminal investigation. It's become one of the most angrily debated questions of the presidential election. I want to talk about this new al-Qaeda connection with our foreign affairs reporter, Elise Labott. Elise, good to see you. First of all, U.S. intelligence officials now say that they had signs of al-Qaeda involvement, but now they're even more convinced. Why such a strong case now? What have we learned?
Well, Suzanne, we've been reporting over the last 24 hours, and our intelligence correspondent, Suzanne Kelly, and producer Pam Benson have been told that they believe we had early signs early on that al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, this al-Qaeda affiliate that's been operating in North Africa, was involved. But now we have new information that al-Qaeda in Iraq, that's the group that was in Iraq and had been weakened over the last couple of years, was also involved in this kind of group of insurgents and extremists that launched this attack against the consulate. There are about 40 guys, and we believe that there's some in al-Qaeda in Iraq, some in al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, and also some from this affiliated group, Ansar al-Sharia, so a real loosely band of extremist groups. What
is the significance of that when you have these different branches of al-Qaeda coming together for one attack? Does that seem even more ominous, more dangerous in terms of a national security perspective?
Well, there's no evidence to see that all of these groups are kind of operating in coordination with each other. You remember that in the war in Iraq, a lot of foreign fighters from Libya went from Libya to Iraq to fight against U.S. troops there. So it's possible that some of them came home, they have a cousin that's in a different group, and so there's no indication that there's one big group working together, but it does show that these al-Qaeda affiliates, we used to be real worried about the al-Qaeda core in Pakistan, but now you see this proliferation of groups throughout the Middle East, and al-Qaeda in the Arab Peninsula in Yemen, al-Qaeda in Iraq, al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb. It just shows that, you know, this proliferation of groups is also very threatening to U.S. security interests.
So at least we know that there is at least one suspect that's in custody in Tunisia, believed to be involved in that attack. Does the FBI or CIA, do they even have access to them? Are they able to interrogate or question this suspect and learn any more information about what has happened?
Well, we're talking about this guy. His name is Ali Ani Al-Harzi, and he is being held in Tunisia. He had left Libya for Turkey, was picked up there, and then handed to the Tunisians. And the U.S. does expect to have access to him at some point. They're talking to the Tunisians about this, negotiating with the Tunisians. But there's also, you know, negotiations within the United States about various intelligence agencies, the FBI leading the investigation. Certainly the CIA and other intelligence agencies want to be in the room and have access to him too, but they do think at some point they'll be able to question him.
All right, Elise Labott, thank you, Elise, appreciate it. Danish secret agent, pretty blonde, and a plot to capture or kill one of al-Qaeda's most wanted. It is a story that is stranger than fiction.